Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Weiss, and I am here to briefly discuss the collaborative educational planning process with you. An introduction. The collaborative educational planning process, CEPP, fosters collaboration of team members in order to ensure the best possible life outcomes for students with complex needs. It's a two-part meeting that replaces a traditional IEP meeting with a more collaborative model. This means including the student in the process whenever possible and ensuring that that student's voice, interests, preferences, and strengths guide and support the team. It also means including other family members, community members, friends, peers, and non-traditional IEP members within this process. The key features to expect of this process is really, we want to create a meaningful, relevant, and student-centered IEP. We want to maximize expertise, time, and energy of members of the team. We want to collaborate and aim to generalize these IEP goals across environments and people. For meetings to feel positive and celebratory, for the student to participate in the process based on their age and how much they are able to participate. That peers, friends, and community members should be included within this process, that we're thinking about the quality of life indicators, that everyone's voice is heard. There's no need to argue here. We vote instead and we look for patterns of areas of interest of all team members for the student to be working on. So what does this process look like? Before the first meeting, you're getting this video and the team makes the decision that they'd like to participate in the collaborative educational planning process. The case manager is still responsible for coordinating the day and time of the meeting, sending out a meeting link or an in-person invitation that I'm going to send out a pre-think. So I will share that with you in a few minutes. And I will send this video to folks. There is no expectation that team members complete anything ahead of time. The pre-think document is just going to give more details about the process, and if people do appreciate time to pre-think, that they have it. During the first meeting, team members are going to independently prioritize their goals for the student by visiting posters that are placed around the room. The topics will range from communication, strengths, personal development, literacy, math, and more. After commenting on each of the poster, team members will have the chance to then go around a second time and interact with each other's ideas by using sticky notes, star stickers, thumbs down stickers, emoji stickers, and family input is always going to be weighed more heavily. Research shows us that their perspective is key and that they're the lifelong partners of the student that we are here to meet about. But all contributions are valuable. By the end of the meeting, we'll have prioritized goals and accommodations and agreed on the next steps for our shared student. In between the first meeting and the second meeting, or after the first meeting, team members are going to create smaller subset meetings where they're going to collaborate to draft broad IEP goals and accommodations for the student. This is a shared process. For example, the SLP and the classroom teacher might co-write a communication goal. A good guideline is to aim for no more than 6 total goals, each of which can realistically be addressed at least 3 times per day. Remember, an IEP is not a full program. It simply highlights key focus areas where data will be collected. Then we'll get together again at the second meeting. The purpose of this meeting is to review the proposed goals and accommodations. This is a key time for the family and other non-school team members to weigh in. What's resonating, what needs adjusting, and what's missing. The goal is to ensure everyone feels heard and confident in the priorities we're setting for the year. Once we have our second meeting, we have now spent 2 90-minute sessions together developing these IEP goals. At this time, the team is going to be ready to send home a draft IEP for the family to review. At this stage, the goal is really full team alignment so that we can shift focus to any additional supports that are needed, like developing a matrix or protocol to support goal implementation at the school level. The categories that this process covers are strengths and interests, anything medical, barriers or obstacles that the student needs to overcome, best ways to offer support from the adult or from the peer perspective, socialization and relationships, communication, math, personal management, reading, writing, And in all of these categories, what do we want to avoid? A note about collaborative goal writing. If you have not participated in a collaborative goal writing process before, IEP goals don't need to be tied to a single discipline. In fact, the most effective goals often reflect a multidisciplinary perspective. For example, an occupational therapist can support a student's progress on a goal related to written expression without needing a separate handwriting goal. A collaboratively written goal might focus on the student's ability to communicate ideas in writing, with the OT, special educator, and speech and language pathologist each supporting different aspects of that skill. This approach promotes integrated support and aligns services around the student's overall development rather than isolating skills by discipline. Some might think about this as when you go to medicine, right? How amazing would it be if when you went to go see your neurologist, that your neurologist also worked with your gastroenterologist or your endocrinologist, and they all spoke to each other to make sure that everything aligned together. If we all work in isolation, is a lot like medicine, where it can be really frustrating and things don't get generalized and we miss things. But when we work together, we can have an overarching goal, just like in medicine, that the person would feel better by all working together. And in education, it would be that we're all working on the same thing together to create a written expression goal. Along with this video, I'm sending along a pre-think document. This is what it looks like. It's just a simple one-page document, and it reads, use this page to reflect on what you know about the student. There are no expectations for completion. This is just a space to gather your thoughts before the team meets. Focus on what the student can do now, what they might be ready to do next, and what supports they'll need to get there. This is about student change, and change takes time, consistency, and multiple opportunities to practice each day. Please keep in mind, we are aiming for no more than 6 meaningful goals. The category areas on this document you'll see are math, reading, writing, personal development, communication, medical, and socialization and relationships. In addition, there's separate space on the bottom to comment about the student's strengths and interests, ways to offer support, and obstacles to overcome. We are focused on what the student can do now, what might be next for the student, what support is needed from adults, accommodations, prompts, or tools, and what do we not want? Again, not everyone needs to comment on every category, and there is no expectation that you do this whole thing. It's just what you feel strongly about, what you have that you'd like to comment on. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this quick video, and I can't wait to see you at our first meeting.